you excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you know, Ava, there's 54 sleeps until Christmas? Which means there is only 8 weeks until Christmas. And if you're anything like me, you want to be prepared this year. You don't want to have the stress of running about or the financial stress of running around for Christmas. You are in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 10 things to do this November, like starting now, so that you are going to be ahead of the game come Christmas and take the stress out of it so you can relax and enjoy the magic of this holiday season. If you're new to my channel, my name is Angela and I like to do videos on all things about motherhood, family, and lifestyle. So make sure you click that like and subscribe button down below. I am going to be serving up a lot of holiday content, holiday tips, and mom tips, because we all know, parents, you guys are the ones who create the magic around this season. So you guys make sure to stay tuned and let's get into this video. Tip number 1 to start right now this November to have a great stress-free Christmas is to make a list. Now I'm going to be talking about a lot of different lists. I'm a list lover, a lover of lists, but this list is to prioritize kind of your bucket list items of everything that are must-dos and must-sees this Christmas that cost money. So I'm talking about if you live in Calgary, that you can go to our zoo and they have a huge light display, but it's not for free. So that would cost money. Or a trip to Santa and then paying for the pictures, or a trip to the local craft fair, or anything that is on your list that is activity driven that is going to cost a little bit more than, say, a free Christmas light display, then I want you to make a list of that, because that then is going to show you how much money you are going to need to save up in order to tick off those must-see and must-do attractions. Now, yes, I mentioned money. So here is the next big ticket list item, is to make a budget. And I know Christmas time, especially this year, I think a lot of people are really budget conscious. I know I am, and I'm trying to think ahead and not try to find ways to cut corners, but just trying to find ways to be smarter with my money. So my husband and I, we kind of set out a little budget for ourselves for Christmas, and that really helps put parameters on what we are going to do, what we are going to see, who we're buying gifts for, what kind of gifts we're giving. Also, it helps take the stress out of everything. One thing is, you do not want to let the financial stress of the holiday season kind of take over and take away the magic of the holiday season, so make that budget. Now, I did mention at the beginning of the video, there is 8 weeks. So I'm filming this November 1st. So 8 weeks, 54 sleeps until Christmas. So that leaves you some room to start saving now and to start getting ahead now. So one thing that I'm doing is every time I go grocery shopping over the next few weeks is that I'm gonna pick up a gift card. Now, a gift card here and there is going to go towards our groceries, or spending money on groceries come Christmas time. So $20 or $25 here or there. Also, I'm Canadian, and so if you have PC Optimum points and you shop at Real Canadian Superstore or Shoppers Drug Mart, you can start racking up those points. And what we do in our house is that we kind of save up and bank our points, and then that way, that takes care, usually most of the time, of our grocery bill. So you can really rack up the points every time you fill up with gas or groceries. If you're paying or using your PC Optimum card, you can really rack up those points, and then that money or those points can go towards your Christmas grocery items that, you know, sometimes are a splurge. Or maybe right now you're gonna pick up an extra box of stuffing, or an extra box of like holiday shortbread, or extra box of sugary cereal, or some items that are like you have to have on your Christmas list. Start doing that now. Another tip, budget. These are my budget tips. Another budget tip for you, and this is a little bit extra, but this is something Mirek and I have been doing for the past month, is grab yourself a box and some envelopes. Now, we've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and then every week, put aside some cash. And then from the cash envelopes, that is what you're gonna be buying your Christmas presents with. Obviously, I went overboard and put some Christmas stickers on the back, but these have been so helpful. I have actually ticked off most of my Christmas purchasing list by using these cash envelopes, and now nothing is going on my credit card or our debit cards. Everything we're paying in cash, and we know how much we have and we know exactly where it's going to be going. So get on top of that budget. Tip number 3 is to make your list and check it twice, just like Santa Claus. Sit down, make yourself a cozy cup of tea or a cozy cup of coffee or a cocktail, and make that gift list now. And then also put that list on your phone so that when you are out Christmas shopping, you know exactly what you want to buy. You know exactly if you're going to get it from Amazon, or if it's going to be a delivery, or if it's from out of country delivery, or if you're going to be getting it from Toys R Us versus Winners. So make those lists now, because trust me, it's going to take the guesswork out of the hustle and bustle, and you are going to be so grateful that you got ahead. Tip number 4 is to start your shopping early. Now, I am done Ava. I'm actually done all of my nieces and nephew as well. I really did get ahead this year. I did watch the news and get a little bit panicked about all of the talk about shortages. Now, if you haven't heard, there is a little bit of a shortage and a little bit of supply chain issue going on, especially when it comes to toys. So think ahead, get ahead, and then you're gonna be so grateful that you did. Now, this is a bonus tip, and I'm gonna insert some footage here right now. Okay, so here is another really good Christmas time budget friendly tip. Price match or get a price reduction. So I obviously shopped ahead. I talked about it, especially because of the shortages. But with that, you run the risk of things changing in price, either getting more expensive or actually dropping in price. So I have been keeping my eye on a couple things that Mirk and I got for this little one. And at Toys R Us, the price dropped $20 to almost $30 cheaper for some things. So Mirk and I called them, and yes, they will price match. So if you keep the receipt, and if it's within 30 days and not just an online only price, they will definitely price match. So that's another budget friendly tip. So now I'm gonna run into the store, bring my receipt, and then get some money back for some really good expensive items. So yes, it's a little bit more work. You got to keep your eyes online on the deals and everything. You also got to go back into the store, but it's also going to save us a little bit more money that we can then spend on Christmas food or entertaining or fun snacks or treats. So that's a really good budget tip. Keep your eyes on those sales. All right, tip number 5 is to take inventory of what you already have. I totally fall into this trap every single year. I know that I have lots of wrapping paper and gift bags, but then I'll go out and then repurchase everything that I already have. So recently, last week, I went downstairs to my little wrapping center and I checked out how much tape I have, bows, gift bags, boxes, and figured out what I need to maybe probably pick up a couple extras of, or what I have enough of. And then I put a note on my phone saying, Angie, stop buying gift bags because I don't need any more gift bags. Also, I did inventory of all my baking supplies. I am fully stocked with like my flour, my sugar, but I need brown sugar. We need some sprinkles, you know, kind of some extras or some spices that are kind of necessity when it comes to baking for us in our house. So I already made that list. So now I know that when I'm going grocery shopping over the next couple weeks, I can slowly be picking up these items. Instead of December, all of a sudden I'm burdened down with not only having to buy gifts, buy everything that goes along with wrapping those gifts, all your baking staples, you get the gist. So take that inventory. Also, one thing that I wanted to talk about that's different this year than opposed to last year is I'm getting the feeling that we can probably in Canada entertain a little bit this Christmas, or fingers crossed that we can entertain this Christmas. Last Christmas it was just us 3, so that's a lot cheaper. Whereas if we are going to entertain, you know, thinking of ways to, you know, maybe make it just like one little tray of appetizers instead of like 5 different trays of appetizers. So taking inventory of a couple things that I had. Do I need more plates? Do I have enough wine glasses? You know, just think about what is your Christmas going to look like and what do you need to pick up in order to achieve your perfect Christmas. All right, tip number 6 is to think outside of the box when it comes to gifts. So I really believe in that it doesn't necessarily have to come from a big box store or a toy store or something in order to make the gift special, or actually it doesn't even have to cost a lot either. Maybe it is a gift that you want to give somebody, but it's a gift of time. So you can say, you know what, one day I'm gonna have you over and I'm gonna make us a beautiful lunch and we're gonna spend the afternoon together, or we're gonna have a baking day together, or we're gonna go on a nice afternoon walk and have a picnic together. You know, you can actually find really creative ways in order to give gifts without it having to cost a lot. So really look through your list of people that you're gonna be giving gifts to and think outside the box. What can you give that maybe is not gonna break your bank this year, that actually your special someone will probably enjoy even more? All right, tip number 7, and this kind of goes along with the first tip that I talked about, is making your bucket list, but now actually get your calendar out and start writing down your activity list and what your calendar and what your December is going to look like, so that you can start looking like, oh my gosh, the first week in December, we are jam-packed, but then nothing else is happening in the next 2 weeks. So then everybody knows, it's kind of like your command center. Everybody knows what's happening for Christmas. If your kids are having recitals at school or school plays, you know, who knows what's happening this year? Everything's still kind of up in the air. But if there are extra special things that you really want to get accomplished, but you want to spread it out through December, get those calendars out and make a family night out of it. It'll be so much fun. We always have some hot chocolate. We sit down on the couch and we kind of go through our list of everything that we want to accomplish and make sure we space it out so that all of December we have something to look forward to. All right, tip number 8 goes along with making that list of gifts and checking it twice, but then making sure you actually check off the list or make a list of who you bought what for. I got into the trap a couple years ago as I bought all these gifts and I put them in the room and I hid them away, and then I forgot who I bought what for or who's getting what, and it was just so confusing. So this year, oh, Ava ran away with my phone. So this year, I made a little itemized list in my phone, especially when it comes to like my nieces and nephews, because I have quite a lot of them, of who's getting what, and that I already have it picked up, so that I'm not also going out and buying the same present for Aniela over and over and over again, even though I'm sure she'd love that. But that I know, okay, I am done, Aniela. Angie, stop buying. Or that I've already picked up all of Mirik's gifts and he doesn't need another Christmas pair of socks. I already picked up one. So make sure you make that list, because then that helps you keep track. Because that really helps then you keep track of what you're doing. And then also when it comes time to wrapping, you know exactly what you need to wrap and who is getting what. Tip number 9 is to organize your advent calendars or your 12 days of Christmas now. So as a family, the elves help me out, and we usually do the 12 days of Christmas for Ava. So this is something I actually started with my husband Mirik back when we were dating. We did like the 12 dates of Christmas. So 12 days leading up to Christmas, we would have a new date to do, ice skating or going to see a Christmas carol or going out for hot chocolate, whatever it was. It was just so romantic. So that's a thinking outside of the box. But then when Ava came along, I turned it into kind of like a scavenger hunt for Ava. So the 12 days of Christmas leading up, the elves, hopefully they come this year, the elves help me out and we do the 12 days of Christmas. But that's extra stuff to buy, and also you don't want to break the bank with this. So, you know, you can find amazing things at Walmart, Winners, the dollar store, like coloring pads or stickers or little squishies or candies or whatever it is. But pick up those trinkets now, and then you don't have to worry about it in December. That's already something that you can cross off your budget, that you know that you've taken care of, and then it helps you get ahead. Tip number 10 is to get your little ones to start making their list for Santa now. Santa and his elves are working so hard, and there are shortages out there. And I know Santa sometimes probably calls on Amazon or Toys R Us, or, you know, who knows what he does. He's so magical. But he may even have a hard time finding those special screws or parts to make the latest gadget or gizmo. So get your little ones to start making their lists now, so that you can send that list off to Santa, or mommy and daddy can have that special phone call with Santa Claus, giving him the heads up of what your little one really wants on their Christmas list. Like, what's their top 3? That's what we kind of do with Ava. She writes down, well, she doesn't write it down. I write it down for her as the month goes on of November, of everything that she wants. And then I kind of say, okay, what's your top 3 items that you really want from Santa? So those top 3, if they're hard to come by, I know I'm gonna have to give Santa the big old elbow before Ava writes her official list. So get ahead of the curve, get your little one to start looking. I miss the days, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. You know the Sears wish book? And you would sit down, you'd look forward to that wish book coming. You'd sit down and you'd circle all the toys that you want and, you know, put it on your mom's bed like a Christmas story, right? You put it under your mom's pillow or on the bathroom counter, everywhere she looks. You know that your toy is right in front of her. I miss those days. But now I did see that Amazon has a catalog, but even scroll through the Toys R Us website, whatever it is, just get your little one thinking, if they already haven't been thinking, about what they really want, so that moms and dads, you can help Santa get ahead and you can get that wish list ticked off. All right, you guys, so those are my top 10 tips of things you can start doing now, today. So tomorrow when I upload this video, there's 53 sleeps until Christmas, and I am sure if you're anything like me, you want to get everything done and taken care of well before Christmas so that you can just enjoy the holiday season. So let me know down in the comments below if there's any other tips and tricks that you'd like. I have gift guides coming up, I have hacks, mom hacks, tips and tricks, decorating, and yes, I'm going to be doing Vlogmas this year, and I am so excited. So you guys make sure you stay tuned, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!